We're going to sort some integers using RadixSort. The first thing that we do is put our integers into a queue. So I have a queue up here. The front is where the 368 is. So these are my integers in my queue. Then I need an array of queues. So here I have an array from indices from 0 through 9. So I have 10 queues in this array. So the first thing I do is I take an element from this queue, and it would be the 368. I put it into the queue located at position 8. Why? Because I'm looking at the last digit, so it's going to go into my 368 queue. Then I dequeue, so the next one to come out would be the 429, and the 429 goes into the one located at position 9. See? So I keep on doing the same thing. I'm in a loop here. I dequeue, and obviously I'm doing something while this is not empty. Dequeue 081, and 081 would go into the queue located at position 1. Dequeue, so that would be the 321, and the 321 is going to go into the queue located at position 1. So since this is a queue, it's going to go in next. It's going to go in behind the 081. The next one is the 123, and the 123 is going to go in at position 3. Okay, my initial array my initial queue is empty. So now I go through this array of queues, dequeuing and enqueuing into my original. So there's nothing in the first queue here, but the one located at index 1 has 2 things in it. So I am going to dequeue, so that means I take the 081 and I put it back into my initial queue. So it gets 081, and that's the first element. Then I dequeue my 321 and enqueue it here. Then I dequeue my 123 and I enqueue it over here. And then I dequeue my 368, enqueue it here. Dequeue my 429, enqueue it here, and I have just been through the loop that went through every one of those queues and enqueued the contents into my original queue. Now I repeat the whole process, but now I'm looking at the number in the tens place, the digit that is the second from the right. So I start now with my 081, and that goes into the 8th place. 321 goes into the 2's place. One, two, three, DQ'd from here, goes into the Q that is in the 2's place. 368 goes into the Q that is in the 6th place. So it is DQ'd from here and NQ'd here. 429 is DQ'd here. 429 goes into the 2's place. 429. Okay, my queue is empty, so do the same thing, go through all of these, putting them back into that original queue. So DQ here means I take the 321 and I put it back into my NQ. It's here, 321. Then I take the 1, 2, 3 and NQ it here. Then I take the 429 and I NQ it here. Three, 6, 8 NQ here. Zero, 8, 1 and I NQ it here. Okay, I've been through every one of these. Maybe you can see that that is a loop. Went through all of those, put them back in the queue, and now I repeat the whole process, but now I'm looking at the digit that's in the hundredths place, the third from the right. So I start out with 321 goes out of here and into here. 321. Let's see if I can drag it a little bit. Okay, 129, 1, 2, 3 goes into the 1's place. Four, 2, 9 goes into the 4's place. Three, 6, 8 goes into the 3's place. So going to go into this queue, going to go after 321. 8. And then the 081 out of there and into the 0th place. Okay, now I do the same thing. I go through all these and put them back into my original queue. So DQ from here, 081, and put it over here, 081. DQ from here, 1, 2, 3, and put it next in here. DQ from here, that would be the 3, 2, 1. And put it in here. DQ here, that would be the 3, 6, 8. And then 4, 2, 9. All right. If we look at this, we see that it is sorted. And that is RadixSort. For your homework, you're going to have to do 4 digits. Start at the right, do the rightmost, and then the one in the tens column, then the one in the hundreds column, then the one in the thousands column. Here, because I was working on paper, I put a 0 in front of the 8, 1. You will not have zeros in your input file, and that's fine. Your code will work perfectly well, because if you're trying to find the, let me see if I can write it for you. If you're trying to find the rightmost digit, I think now I can drag this somewhere. Oops. The rightmost digit is not wanting to move. Okay, the rightmost digit is the, so if my number is called num mod 10 gives me the rightmost digit. The one in the hundreds column, the tens column, sorry, the second over, the tens column. Well, if I say num/10, let me look at this 1, 2, 3 here. Num/10 is 12, but I want the 2. So it's num/10 mod 10. So again, if I'm looking at the 3, 2, 1, num/10 is 3, 2, and then mod 10 of that is the 2. If I'm looking at my hundreds column, well, if I do my num/100, what does that give me? It gives me the 4 or the 3. If my number was just 81, 81 divided by 100 is a 0, and it does give me the 0. So it's fine that my I don't have to write the 0 in front of my number. This hundreds will not work if you have 4 numbers, because if your number is, say, 1, 2, 3, 4, then 1, 2, 3, 4/100 gives you 12. So what you want actually is that mod 10. And that will give you the number in your hundreds column.